Welcome to Plan9Crunch. I'm Doug Gibson, and today we are having our weekly Plan9Crunch reads from a genre novel. Today, can you see it well, people? It's Dracula Never Dies from Christopher Gauthier. And he won the Rondo Award for 2022. Actually, the full title is Dracula Never Dies, The Revenge of Bela Vorlock by Christopher R. Gauthier. This is a marvelous book, and it's part of, I believe, a trilogy, and part 2 is coming out in February. I've described this as a primal scream of a once famous actor denigrated by the world who is determined to get his dignity back at any kind of cost, any kind of consequence. And Chris is a fantastic writer. Also, he's a friend too. So I'm going to read right now, and we're going to start on page 17. This book is almost written, I think, without chapters. Like I said, it is a bit of a primal scream, but one that you can actually get engrossed in. Bela Vorlock obtained his flask of Hungarian plum brandy that rested alongside his sterling silver cigarette case. A short script lay dormant on the dresser that he had been told to review for this evening's theatrical performance in the defunct, slum-encrusted theater. The brandy soothed his tingling throat as it swam down his parched canal, bringing him back to the almost vanished rays of peace, the deception that solitude had given him. He thought of the vivid recollection of his reality, and it shook his jagged nerves that were as fragile as glass. He whispered about peace, the lone true human emotion that was both an audacious need and greed for a starving soul of crumbled, blemished torment. There was a vacant dream of havened internal amity, and it was all that Bela Vorlock longed for, to finally grasp in the cores of his mangled and tortured soul a permanent slice of peace, which was a diminishing, primeval haze of a subservient memory so utterly vague and almost forgotten to him in the final mournful days of his life. The worn-out, formal showroom mirror loomed before him, observing his every basilisk thought and movement in a gritty yet clear and vigilant reflection of his current has-been name and deathly existence. In the year of 1956, he had faded into this rotten horror's descent into hell. A droning, ungodly embarrassment was Bela Vorlock's zenith occupation in life. He had all the reason in the world to loathe it. The abasing telltale signs of a fallen Hollywood star. The pitiful placement that is tailored with nothing but constant sorrow and a peeving, haggard despair. Even still, despite all the saddened rage and vengeful malice flowing through his veins as a raging torrent of fire, he acknowledged the solitary fact that he was still an actor, a valorous and loyal great artist of the macabre, as well as an impassive slave to the dramatic, momentous vocation since the very beginning of his theatrical life. This is a good read. I someday hope that Chris might do an audio version of this. And I believe it's not on Kindle, but it's this quality paperback is reasonably priced at $15. You can get it at Amazon. And it is from Arcane Shadows Press. And this is Doug Gibson on Plan9Crunch Reads. And we are on TikTok, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we have a podcast. And that's a wrap.